Hello everyone, this is Peter Brown. Look at your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are officially in spring. We made it. The winter, when we look back at it, was actually not too bad. It was a fairly average winter, maybe a little bit actually below average in terms of snowfall. I know it's hard to believe after what we saw in those 6 weeks going from the end of January to the start of this month. It looks like we were going to have a fairly snow-free winter until that happened, but let's look at the bright side now. The snow is gone, except for some of those big piles left in the mall parking lots. Hopefully those will be going away pretty soon. So it's great news. Those of us who love the warm weather, this is getting towards our time of the year now. Now, starting out our period on Friday, we're going to be seeing temperatures pretty average at this time of the year in the low 50s, and that's what we're going to be looking at when we get towards the end of the period, when our average highs should be in the low to mid 50s. So looks like we're going to bookend this period with average highs, but unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have below average and actually significantly below average temperatures for most of the period coming up. So that, unfortunately, for those of us who love to see those nice early blooming spring flowers, doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any weather that's going to be able to bring those early buds to our trees or early opening to flowers, unfortunately. Now, if you look at our record highs at this time of the year, this is something that's a little bit of a bone of contention with me. It looks like the National Weather Service figures are incorrect from what I can remember. I'm sure many of you here in the Burlington area remember back to 1998 when we had those last 2 weeks in March where we saw temperatures in the 80s and 90s. So that's a little bit, I have a little bit of a issue with those record highs that they're showing us for this last week in March. We've actually seen temperatures much higher than the 70s. That's according to their site right now. So I do have a message out to them contesting those right now because I don't think they're accurate. Again, that's not something that's too important for our forecast. Unfortunately, it's going to be nowhere near the 70s, 80s, or 90s going into this next week. The only thing that will remind us that it is spring is now that the sun is setting after 7 p.m., so that's some great news. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of temperatures and precipitation for the next 7 days. Looking at our temperature forecast, they are expecting us to have pretty good chances of below average temperatures. Unfortunately, that's what I'm seeing as well. As we look at our precipitation chances, probably pretty much average, and that's pretty much what I'm seeing too. So nothing big in terms of rain or snow, so that's some great news. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up here in the Burlington area. And again, starting out on Friday, this is probably going to be one of our warmest days of the period with highs in the low 50s. We're going to be trying to push out some showers left over from a fairly strong storm with lots of rain that came through here on Thursday night. So we have to keep an eye on that. Looks like it's going to be kind of dreary out there. Then the sun is going to come out for the weekend, but we're going to have to keep an eye to the sky for maybe some scattered rain showers, maybe mixed with flurries, as we have a really cold air mass moving into the area. And again, that is definitely reflected Monday and Tuesday, where we're going to have highs only in the upper 30s, I think, and lows down in the teens in the morning. So you're definitely going to have to bundle up. Winter is back. And as we round out our period, getting towards the end of the period, we're going to see our temperatures try to spike up into the 40s again and then back up into the low 50s as we get in towards Thursday before we see the chances of rain coming here to start out April. But unfortunately, it looks like winter is really going to be having its feel staying around here in the Burlington area. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.